You won't believe me. I know you won't. But soon it won't matter. Soon, you'll see it for yourself. It started small, as these things often do. Little things, shadows in the corner of my eye, a strange hum that I thought was coming from faulty wiring in my apartment. I ignored it. For months, I chalked it all up to stress, lack of sleep, and the crushing loneliness of a man who'd lost everything. But it wasn't just that. It was something else. Something older, something far beyond anything our minds are meant to understand. The first real sign came one night in mid-June. I was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, when I heard it, a low, vibrating hum. Not the kind of noise you hear with your ears, but the kind that rattles your bones. It pulsed, like it was coming from inside me, deep in my chest. I sat up, heart racing, trying to find the source. My phone was dead. The apartment was quiet. But the hum didn't stop. It grew louder, deeper, like the whole building was vibrating in tune with it. I stumbled out of bed, dizzy and disoriented, and looked out the window. That's when I saw it. The sky, something was wrong with the sky. It was blacker than I'd ever seen, no stars, no moon, just a yawning void stretching endlessly above. But it wasn't just the color. It was moving, writhing like something alive, like a living organism spread across the heavens. And in the center of that void, something was looking back at me. I don't know how to explain it. There was no shape, no form. Just presence. A vast, indescribable presence. My mind rebelled against it, trying to make sense of what I was seeing, but there was no sense to it. It was beyond comprehension, something too big, too ancient for the human brain to process. And yet, I felt its gaze on me, cold and endless. I shut the curtains and sat down on the floor, trembling. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I tried to tell myself it was a dream, a trick of the light. But deep down, I knew better. I could still feel the hum in my bones. The next few days were a blur. I didn't sleep. Couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw it, the thing in the sky. That presence, vast and consuming, looming over the world like a predator circling its prey. And the worst part? No one else could see it. I tried telling my friends, my neighbors, even strangers on the street. They looked at me like I was insane. They didn't feel the hum, didn't see the sky writhing above them. But it was there. Each day, the hum grew louder, more insistent. The air felt heavier, like it was pressing down on me. Time itself felt wrong. The clocks in my apartment started to malfunction, hands spinning wildly or freezing at random moments. Days blurred into nights, and nights stretched on endlessly. I'd walk outside at noon, and the sun would look wrong. Dimmer. Like it was struggling to stay in the sky, being swallowed by the same void I'd seen that first night. And then the dreams started. In the dreams, I was floating in a vast, empty ocean, surrounded by nothing but darkness. The water was thick, like oil, and it pulled at me, dragging me down. No matter how hard I struggled, I couldn't break free. The sky above was the same writhing void, and at its center, that presence. Watching. Waiting. Each night, the dream would last longer, the pull stronger. And each morning, I'd wake up gasping for air, my lungs burning like I'd actually been drowning. I stopped sleeping altogether after that. But it didn't matter. The waking world was becoming just as nightmarish. The hum was constant now, a deep, resonating pulse that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere all at once. And the sky, God, the sky. Every time I looked up, it was there, that endless, twisting void, growing larger each day. It wasn't just me anymore. I started seeing changes in people, subtle but undeniable. Their eyes were dull, their movements sluggish, like they were sleepwalking through their lives. Conversations felt hollow, as if they were only going through the motions of being human. It was like something was draining them, siphoning off their will to live, leaving behind empty shells. I tried to warn them, but no one listened. No one cared. That's when I started hearing the voice. Not in my ears, no, it was in my head, buried deep within the hum. A slow, rhythmic chant, words I couldn't understand but felt in my bones. Ancient words. Cosmic words. Each syllable rattled through me, shaking the core of my existence. The more I heard it, the more I understood. This wasn't some random event. This wasn't a hallucination. It was coming. The thing in the sky, it was waking up. And when it did, the world as we knew it would end. Not in fire or explosions, but in silence. A slow, inevitable erasure of everything until there was nothing left but the void. I saw it, in my dreams, in the way the world had started to decay around me. Time was unraveling, space bending. Reality itself was beginning to crack. I know what you're thinking. I sound like a lunatic. I wish I was. I wish this was all some elaborate delusion. But it's not. The end is coming, and we can't stop it. I don't even think we were ever meant to know. This thing, this presence, it's too old, too vast. It doesn't care about us, doesn't even notice us. We're ants, scrambling in the dirt, oblivious to the foot descending to crush us. I don't know how much time we have left. Days. Hours. I can feel it, closer now, like the hum is inside me, rattling my bones, whispering the end in a language I can almost understand. It's coming, and there's no escape. The world will end not with a bang, but with a slow, suffocating silence, as the void consumes everything. So, I'm writing this, even though I know it won't change anything. I just need to get it out, to have someone, anyone, know the truth. When you start to hear the hum, because you will, don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. The thing in the sky is real. It's coming. And soon, you'll see it, too.